Hello lords and ladies of YouTube, and welcome back to Nightly Gaming's Nightly Gaming, and today I want to talk to you about Kickstarter. So, for all of you who are out there thinking of making Kickstarters, I kind of want to go over what I look for and what I feel a lot of people look for when they're looking at Kickstarters. So, first things first, you need to have a video. You need to have some kind of video. I don't care if it's the best video ever, I don't care if it's just you talking at a camera, you need to have a video. As soon as I see any kind of project without a video of any kind, I'm immediately out. I can see that you're not willing to put that effort into even making a video. It doesn't have to be a good video. If you put the effort into putting up a video, then that means you at least care somewhat about your project. That makes me at least listen to what you have to say and maybe check out the rest of the page to see if there's any details that you maybe left out that I'm interested in. But there's no chance of me backing anything that doesn't have a video, unless it's the absolute creme de la creme of Kickstarter projects, which it most likely is not if you're not putting out a video. So, videos, important. Now the other thing is, I said that yes, I will accept a video that's just you talking, but if you want me to get really excited about your video, then you have to put some kind of prototype. And even if it's not just your video, your project in general, you have to put some kind of a prototype, early build, something, concept, something in the video. Something that I can actually just latch onto and become excited about. Whether that be a game showing early gameplay footage, or showing concept art for the book, the art book you want to make, or showing maybe something along the lines of schematics for the machine you want to build. Something. Show me something. I would prefer it if you could do some kind of early prototype build. That would be great. That really gets me going, because I can see, okay, they already got something here. That increases the chances of this actually happening exponentially. But I just need to see something to latch onto. Now, the one exception would be if you're doing something that's really visually intensive, like a very, very stylized movie or something like that. But the thing is even then, you should be able to show concept. Just some kind of concept art or something like that. But I understand that with visual stuff, it's hard to really portray what the final product is going to look like until it's actually made. But with that, I would also want to talk about not only how you present your video and your project, but your goal. So, have reasonable goals. Whether it be people having huge goals because of the fact that they want to include all of this stuff that's extra, or really low goals because they just want to make sure that they get whatever funding is given to them, both of those can scare people away. Low goals, people feel like you're just doing a cash grab. High goals, people can feel that you're expecting too much of it, and they're worried about, you underestimating or overestimating your potential and underestimating costs, things like that. And so you're expecting to do this huge thing, but then you're all over the place and you're going to spend your money unwisely. So what I would recommend here is trying to get it as low as possible, but have it still be reasonable that you can actually operate on. So what I do, look at your project. Find what the minimum good project you can build is and what the budget for that is. Something that you would still be happy with, but isn't going to cost, tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars if possible. So, for example, I'm mostly on Kickstarter for video games. So looking at a game, let's say you were building a platformer. That platformer has weapons. You want to include weapon customization rather than just picking up weapons. Well, that's extra. You don't need that in your game to make it a good playable game. Your platforming and your combat and your actual weapon designs and things like that, that's more important. The weapon customization is not as important. It's an extra. So see what you could cut out of your game, like that's an extra, cut that out. This is an extra, cut this out. I can make this game for this much. Then what you do is you make stretch goals. Stretch goals are going to be your bread and butter for these kinds of things. You need to have a reasonable number and then have stretch goals for people to want to achieve. So that way they don't get sticker shock when they see your initial goal, and they also have things to shoot towards to make this game better. And if they like your game good enough, they're going to reach those stretch goals for you. The other thing, though, is be open with your audience. Give them some kind of budget. Show them that you're organized. Things like that. People want to have confidence that you are actually going to complete this and that you are able to do this. So showing budget shows them where the money is actually going, explains why you need the amount of money you do. Make sure they understand that, so they don't just feel like you're asking for a ridiculous amount of money, or that you already finished the game and you're just asking for money, things like that. Make sure that you seem organized. For example, even if you're just a one-person kind of setup, give yourself some kind of a company name. Just it instills confidence, because people are like, okay, this is like a business thing now. It's not just some dude saying like, yeah, I'm totally gonna make this, man. It's gonna be awesome. Make it seem professional. People want you to feel like an individual that they can connect with, but they want you to be a businessman at the same time. They want you to feel like a small business, basically. They want to feel like they're supporting an individual, but an individual who is organized and business oriented. So make sure that they feel that from you. Don't come off as just silly and goofy and stuff. Make you sure that you understand that this is a business proposition to individuals. They're not just going to invest their money willy-nilly into nothing. They want you to feel, like you can actually do it. With that, I want to move into, don't come off as you're doing just a money grab. Don't come off as shady. Don't come off as any of that stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, having the super low budgets that people just go, okay, they're just wanting whatever money they can get out of this. Don't put up something that is clearly finished where you could release it, and then ask for like $50,000 or something really, really high, where people go, you don't need $50,000 to do this. Now, if it's for something that's expensive, like manufacturing costs or things like that, people would understand that. But if you're just like making a little game and you just digital distribution only, and you start going like, I need $600,000 for digital distribution for a game I already finished. No, people aren't going to back that. It's ridiculous. It comes off as shady. It just seems like you're asking for stupid amounts of money for something that doesn't need that money. Make sure your goals seem reasonable to the people. And that goes back to the making them understand your budget and where the money is going. Also, one of the biggest things is just don't sell your game or your product or whatever it is that you're making on Kickstarter. Don't sell it as something that it's not. If you're making a game, don't try to make it seem like it's the next big AAA title. It's not. Just sell it as what it is, and then people will go, yeah, that looks like fun. I'm willing to back that. Hope you have a good game career in the future. You're making some kind of restaurant or a food truck or something. Don't say like, I'm going to be making like the fanciest, most, like burgers or tacos that are worth $600 each realistically, but I'm not going to sell them for that much. No, if you're not a big fancy restaurant, don't portray yourself as a fancy restaurant. If you're some kind of, you're making an art book, but that's designed for kids, don't try to make it like, yes, it's going to be the most exquisite fine art in the world. No, I'm making a kid's art book for kids to look at the pretty pictures and go ooh and ah. Don't sell it as something that it's not. Sell it as what it is, because if people want your product, then you need to target it at the people who would actually want that product, not the people who you think are going to be out there. Sell it as what it is, and people who like it will come to you. You just have to design everything properly. So that's my input on Kickstarter and Kickstarter projects, and what you can do to make them better. At least in my personal opinion, what makes a good Kickstarter project, which makes me want to back it and look at it more extensively and all that kind of stuff. So with that said, let me know what all of you guys think make a good Kickstarter project in the comment section down below. Throw out advice, throw out things that you think I said on here that are completely wrong. Let me know. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Otherwise, if you guys liked the video, click that like button. Check out my channel if you want to see my previous videos, including my Kickstarter roundups that I do every week. And if you want to be notified about Kickstarter roundups, which I do every Saturday, then you can always consider subscribing and be notified whenever I put out new videos. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.